Hi guys, we are live, yay! So I recorded this whole video talking about this and I came on to edit it and the quality just looks terrible. So I just was like, I'm not gonna edit a video that looks terrible. So I'm just gonna come on and basically say everything that I talked about in this video. If you don't really understand what this title is about, I will leave the video to it all linked down below once I can actually go back on and add the link here at the end. You may have seen Nurse Bass's video. A lot of people have been talking about this, especially a lot of the nurse community, the people that are on Instagram, social media, things like that. So I kind of wanted to come on and talk about my thoughts on it, and I just think it's an important subject to talk about. So yeah, if to kind of sum it up for people who may not know what it is, I'll just touch on it briefly. There was a nurse in Utah, an ER nurse, who had a patient who was unconscious, and there's a police officer there who wanted this nurse to draw blood on this patient, but the patient was not able to consent for themselves to say, yes, it's okay to draw blood on me. And they did not meet criteria for them to really not have a say in, whether they can get blood or drawn or not. So there's criteria from the hospital that this nurse brought up to this police officer saying one of the things is the patient would have had to have a warrant for their arrest and things like that that would allow her to draw the blood, but this patient didn't meet the criteria, so she told the officer respectfully that she couldn't draw it, and he became very, very upset and ultimately ended up arresting her. So that's the sum of this video topic, I guess, that I'm talking about. But my reaction when I first watched the video, it was very difficult to watch. I actually haven't watched the whole thing still. I've only watched maybe the first minute or two. So I stopped at the part where the nurse was getting arrested and she was screaming, and it just broke my heart because it could have happened to any one of us. We're all patient advocates and we're all trying to follow the hospital policies and the rules and everything. And it could have happened to any one of us just trying to be an advocate for our patients. I think one of the hardest things about this is, I don't know about you guys, but I look at the, police officers, firefighters, nurses, paramedics, we're kind of all on one team, and not trying to form a side or not form a side, but we all help each other's roles in one way or another. We're all kind of connected, and it was difficult to watch this disconnect. You have police officers and nurses who are very much well-respected professions, at least in my opinion, and a lot of people look to police officers and nurses for help. And then when there was this disconnect and hostility between the two, it's very, very difficult to watch. So I think that's one of the hard things. And I'm not trying to say that I'm against police officers, against nurses, nothing like that. I'm very supportive of each role. My husband is in the process of becoming a police officer, and so I know there's a lot of media out there against police officers doing the wrong things, and in my opinion, from what I saw, this was taken very what do I want to say? It was very inappropriate and not handled appropriately, but that doesn't mean that all the police officers should be judged or labeled under that stereotype. So I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are and your opinions, and obviously things are still being looked into, and we only saw one perspective of things from that video camera that was on the police officer's chest that was released, and so I guess you can only form an opinion off of what you've seen, but in the end we don't know all of the details just yet. But from what I've seen, it was a very tough situation, very hard to watch, and I can only sympathize with that nurse, and that was tough to go through. But one positive light that has come of this is has really brought to light some of the issues of healthcare and some of the things that nurses go through, whether dealing with police officers or patients, their family members, administration, all of these things. It's really brought to light some of the issues there are in the healthcare world. And it's sad that this nurse had to take one for the team, but yet look at all the people that are now seeing this video and talking about it. And yeah, even though it was a negative video, we should really just try to focus on the positives of what we can take from the video to be better nurses ourselves, to be better advocates, and to really just be better people overall. So I'd love to hear your guys' opinions, but I want them to be relayed across in a respectful manner. And anyone who decides to get really nasty and negative, I'm going to remove your comment. I just don't like when people start bullying one another. You know, it's fine to express your opinion, it's fine to share your thoughts, but do it in a respectful manner, even though this video obviously was very disrespectful and very tough to watch. So thank you guys for listening to my 2 cents. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in my next live chat or next video. Bye.